Hello everybody and welcome to a live session on AgroSuede Backyard Garden. I would like to apologize for my absence for a while now, but I'm getting back on track. Right now, what's the update? The update is that we are preparing for a possible catastrophic hurricane, Hurricane Irma. Hurricane Irma is on her way, and even if Hurricane Irma do not make direct landfall on my country, Commonwealth of Dominica, in the Lesser Antilles, in the Windward or Leeward. Hi, how are you? Even if it don't make direct landfall, definitely we're gonna feel the effects of Hurricane Irma. We are gonna first feel the effects by wind. We are gonna get a lot of wind. I've been following the path or the history of Hurricane Igor. I remembered Hurricane Igor in 2010 when we were just building our home. Hurricane Igor was so far away from us, and yet it created some massive storm surges. And right now, Hurricane Irma is, thank you so very much, Gina, thank you very much. And of course, greetings also, saved and sanctified, greetings to you. Right, so Hurricane Irma is predicted to pass so close to us that I can anticipate that we'll get a lot of wind. And furthermore, with the wind, we might get a lot of rain. The rain is not too much of a concern for me, meaning the backyard garden, but of course for Dominica on a whole, yes. We've been getting a lot of rain for the past few months, so rain now is not, the ground is very saturated, so it might not be too much of something good. Now, the wind will definitely affect my backyard garden. One of the things I anticipate I will have to do, and I will decide if to do it, that is Monday evening or Tuesday morning early, I will consider whether or not I should put down the greenhouse. And if I have to do that, I will try my best to do a video on that. But if we are going to get some category 3 hurricane force winds, then most likely I will have to put down the greenhouse, or I'll remove the plastic because it's gonna be very, very windy. Another thing that should be considered, I don't have to really do it, but I plan on pruning some of my plants, my tall plants, because the wind can break them, and sometimes the wind will break them in a very unusual or bad way. Meaning, while I might prune my plants from the top so that it could open up, the wind might break the plant very low. The wind might break a branch that should not be broken. Yes, Rockman, thank you very much, thank you. So the wind might break the plant in a way that I don't want it to break, so I will prune it. The only plants that will have to really suffer some damages, which is beyond my control, is the banana plants. You cannot prune a banana plant. The most I can do is cut off as many of the leaves as possible. But those with that idea, so those with banana fruits already, because they have already sent for fruit, so it's okay if I prune off most of the leaves. Sorry if I sniff in, I have the flu, I don't know, I'm trying to get the flu. So I will prune most likely the leaves of those that have bananas on them. Another thing I have to do is ensure that all my stuff in the backyard garden is safe, because another thing that the garden might be threatened by is storm surges, because since we built this house, or since I started my backyard garden, we have not gotten a massive hurricane. Usually what happens is that the hurricane would generate storm surges, and because of course the backyard garden is located by the beach, that is something I have to consider. So all my stuff in the backyard garden, I have to ensure that I pack it properly and have it in such a way that if anything happens. Of course, we have a massive seawall, but the seawall have never experienced any storm surge, so we don't know the strength. But we do know it will be the seawall is very strong, but we just don't know how strong. So of course, we have to be precautious. We anticipate that the seawall will be strong enough to withstand the force of the storm surges, but nonetheless, you have to be precautious. So this is what's going on with Hurricane Irma. I believe it's a category 3 right now. Let me just check and see. I believe it's a category 3. So Speaking of banana, I follow your tip for pruning the fruit when when your banana tree send for fruit, you have to prune off the heart of the banana, meaning allow it at least a week to 2 weeks, allow the banana to grow, and then you will see some small bananas at the end plus the purple looking heart. Prune those off because the chance of these small bananas developing to become mature is very slim. So you can prune it off then. Okay, you can prune it off then. This is also a good opportunity to ask questions. I will try to do this more often because I could not do it before, but my phone now, I don't know if I qualify for something, so I can now go live on my phone. Before I was trying my best, I could not. And going live on my computer sucked because it was just buffering a lot. So it's great that I can go live on the phone. Yeah, so I was gonna check out Hurricane Irma. Let's see. I think it's a category 3 right now. Oh, by the way, guys, just an update. I have finally completed my associate degree. So I got my associate degree in business studies. Let me see if I can get it for you to see. So this is the first one. All my studies, I got my associate degree in business studies. So I've completed my associate degree in business studies, and I will get another associate degree from Cape Examination Council. I did all my courses and I qualified for another associate degree from Cape. So I'm very happy that all the effort and all the hard work did not go in vain. So I completed one. And so far, usually at age 25 or 26 is when you get in a bachelor's degree. But I had to go through a lot of challenges in life. Straight from high school, I had to go and work. So most persons or most of my classmates or friends, when they left high school, they went to college. But I could not afford that. So, and furthermore, we had to build. So I could not afford the whole idea of college straight from high school. However, I worked and I tried to get my bachelor's degree in accounts at UWI Open Campus, but it was way too expensive. And again, we had to build, so I could not take on the cost of UWI Open Campus. I think I did 4 courses. I must go and get my transcript for these 4 courses, but I did 4 courses, which is financial accounting, cost accounting, is it 4? I think economics and something else. It was such a long time ago. I think it was since 2009. Since 2009, I think I did it, so I could remember. Since then, life have been like a roller coaster, and I finally completed my associate degree. So I'm not gonna focus much on the past, but just move on, knowing that I've accomplished one at 25. Sure, it's very late, but in life you have to just know that you're doing it right. You don't rush the brush. You take your time and do it according to your budget and your life circumstances. Some people might say, oh, you should have done it long ago, but if I'd done it long ago, my family will not be where we are now. So you have to make some choices. Opportunity cost, I learned that in economics. You have to decide what you're going to give up, and is it worth it to make up for something else. So I had to give up college life, or the idea of college life, in my teenage days to ensure that my family was secure with a home, and that we were secure, meaning we uplift ourselves out of poverty by going to work and doing what is necessary, as our mother raised us up. Save your money, do what is necessary for you to make something in life. So I had to give up the whole idea of a teenage college life and start college when I was basically an adult, which is like 21. And then I had some situation I was dealing with. So a lady graduated from college at 90 recently, never too late. What? I think when I was going UWI Open Campus, there was a 71-year-old also doing a bachelor's degree, and I was like, what? 71 years old and you're doing bachelor's degree? And I realized for true, yeah, it's never too late. It's never too late. And some people, they don't have their mind to stay refreshed and so on. It was so good going to school. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I felt like I had more confidence going to school as an adult than as a teenager. I don't know if it's because I was more mature, but I really felt more confidence going to school as an adult than in my teenage life. So let's just check out Irma and see let's see the recent updates. And the other thing about I don't get with the news, all of them, most of them are focused on the USA. I understand that USA is the one bringing forth the news. No offense to many of you. I'm not saying that the USA is not important. Yes, but a lot of the storms or a lot of the reports are focused on, hey, the storm is here, it's coming to the Caribbean, and then we're focusing on the USA. So there are not a lot of news that really give us details in the Caribbean as to what happened. They just briefly say where the storm is passing. If the storm is ever going to avoid the Caribbean, it's never mentioned. The Caribbean is never mentioned. So this is, oh, my battery's low already. This online live chat really taking a lot of battery life. So there's not a lot of updates on the Caribbean. They're just telling us where to pass. I'm going to mute this because I don't want copyright for music playing in the background. So Irma is a category 3 right now. And it will pass close to us in the Caribbean. It will really pass close to us. So it will pass behind Dominica. So we will definitely get a lot of rain. My local news here follows the US charter and the European chart. Okay, your local Ricky Rockman, where that's in Trinidad. I don't know, the chat just keep disappearing. I don't know why it doesn't just stay there. Right. So I think, oh, USA, okay. Surprised to hear that you guys say rush the brush too. Timothy Julian, where are you from? Yeah, my granddad is the one who usually says that. Well, he passed away. May his soul rest in peace. Rush the brush. I'm in Florida. I'm safe. Yeah, let's. Okay, Timothy in Trinidad. Okay, yeah, maybe because my grandfather was a businessman, so to speak, in his days. So I wouldn't be surprised that he heard it from a Trinidadian. He was a businessman, very hardworking man. Again, maybe that's why I love business, because one of my associate degrees is in business studies. I love entrepreneurship, accounting, economics, management of business, business administration, English for business. These sort of topics, I love them. I just love the idea of creating something new, creating a new opportunity that have not been created, or transforming an existing idea into something brand new, or updating it or modernizing it. You know what I mean? Right. So yes, you have passed down. Yes, definitely getting it from my granddad. So Hurricane Irma is definitely coming our way. It's coming our way, so we will prepare and hope that everything goes well. Of course, I am also anticipating that I will be out of electricity, because at 130 miles per hour, definitely I'm quite sure some electrical posts will be affected, whether it's by trees breaking or bursting the wires, or rain and the posts fall over. Now the other thing is that where I'm located, we usually have an electrical post higher up, and every time there's storm surge, I don't know why. I don't think it doesn't dig the hole deep enough. This post always falling down during storm surges, so we are accustomed with that post falling down. But there's nowhere else to put the post, because on one side of the road is the beach, and then the next side there is no space. It's only a house, and now you cannot put the post on a house or against a house, so it have to be on the beach side. The only thing that can be done, they will have to build a large, well, not we, because I'm the chairman of the council, and I can maybe suggest that to Dominic, but a large concrete stand will have to be built, something like that, because every hurricane season, whenever there's storm surges, the posts usually just fall over, because the sea usually digs up the sand and then brings it back. That's how the storm surges work. So that's one of the things I want to look out for in case we get storm surge, to see how the wall will do, because that's one of the concerns I have when we were building the wall, that I had to ensure that they put the wall deep enough. We dug the hole deep enough to the point that we reached clay soil, because when we first started it had sandy soil, then we met rocks, then we met loamy soil, then we met clay soil, and then we met water. Because I am on the beach, if you go too deep into the soil you will meet seawater. So I think about 6 feet deep we met seawater. So we had to ensure that the wall was deep and the base wide enough, so when the water hits against the concrete wall, it don't topple over, but instead they have the large base. So it will be, that will be like the base, and that will be the wall, so it will be very strong under the soil. So you know, I'm very much concerned about this hurricane, and even more so that I'm the chairman of the council, and I know a lot of responsibility will come my way if anything happens. So I honestly, I'm hoping that we do not get any storms because of the amount of things and responsibility. I'm not shying away from it, but I'm very exhausted. I'm very much exhausted. So I really hope that we don't get any storm, and also for the safety and protection of the villagers and Dominicans and everybody in the Caribbean and the world, the USA by extension. And even after Irma, I'm hearing there's a possibility of a Jose, a storm or hurricane which might be named Jose, which might be there by next weekend, if anything. So I'm hoping that this one does not do anything. Is this one of the biggest storms you have ever experienced? No, it is not the biggest storm I have experienced. I have experienced Hurricane Lenny. Hurricane Lenny started from the Caribbean Sea. That's the worst and weirdest way for a storm to start. It started and developed in the Caribbean Sea, and it came towards us on the west. And that created some massive storm surges. That was one of the worst hurricane I have ever seen. It wiped out everything from our property, our yard. The only thing that stayed was the house. We had some blocks we were going to build, and the storm took all that away. Furthermore, my mom worked in another village, and she was the last bus. She was on the last bus to come to this village, my village, before the entire road, the main road, just collapsed. So this, I can never forget Hurricane Lenny. Hurricane Lenny, if you ask me, was the worst. Another bad one I remember, but it wasn't too much of a hurricane, but it created a lot of storm surge also. That is Hurricane Irma. It didn't come directly to us, but because it was in the Caribbean Sea, it created that storm surge, and it really, overnight we went to sleep knowing there's a storm or hurricane passing far away from us. But when we wake up the next morning, again everything in the yard is gone. Storm surges and like water everywhere. I was like, what's going on? And then it's Hurricane Irma, and it was so much of a surprise that the government declared the West Coast a disaster, so to speak, and they gave assistance to people on the West Coast because the entire country wasn't affected, but those on the West Coast was significantly affected because of the storm surges. Hold on there, because I am trying to see how much battery life is remaining on there. The battery is okay, 7%. And when I started the the live chat, it was 41%. Now it's 7%. The west side storm songs. Yeah, it's the west. When the storm starts from the west, it's very rare. It's rare. Only twice that happened in my life, and I'm 25. Only twice. It happened in 1999. I stand corrected, but I think it happened in 1999 or 1998. Some 1997, 98, or 19. Let me just research it when I was Hurricane. But I think it was 97 to 99. Hold on. (1999). Hurricane Lenny developed in 1999. So, and then in 2008. So 1999 was Hurricane Lenny, and 2008 was Hurricane Irma. That's the two massive hurricanes I remember. Very big. The worst hurricane to ever hit my country is Hurricane David, which ironically took a similar path to Irma. Hurricane David. So Hurricane David took a similar path to Irma. and Hurricane David anniversary passed a few days ago. I think it was August 29th was Hurricane David anniversary. Yes, Hurricane David took a similar path. Let me see if I can show you guys. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but Hurricane Irma is like, it's looking back to front. Okay, the battery is very low, so I might change your battery before storm passes. Hopefully no pause. Yeah, I will definitely have to charge. Yeah, I'll charge the battery. I also have my portable charger. This here, my charger. You can charge in the sun, so if anything. The battery is low, by the way, so I might end the live pretty soon. But before I go, let me just tell you, Hurricane David, same thing. It started here, but Hurricane David passed above Dominica, but Hurricane Irma here, and because of the Bermuda high or something, they said, so because of that, the storm will pass lower down, and then it will make a bend. So Hurricane David passed through, Hurricane Irma will pass above. It will pass above, but both of them basically following the same path. And Hurricane Irma is intense, category 3 already in the Atlantic Ocean. It's tremendous, it's big. So guys, I just want to thank you guys very much for sticking around while I was not here waiting for me. I will try my best to do more lives and to answer more of your questions live. So if you have questions, always comment under the videos now so I can answer them live for you. And also be safe, get charged before the storm gets here. Yes, the storm will be here by Tuesday, so don't worry, during the weekend just continue to pray for me. Thank you so very much, guys, for your support. I love you guys tremendously, and I pray that whatever you do in life, it will be prosperous for you. Whatever ambitions you have, go for it and put your mind to it. Don't give up on yourselves, because God did not give up on you. You have breath of life, so don't give up on yourself. Endure and fight a good fight. Just continue pressing. Of course, remember to grow what is good for you. Grow what you eat what you grow. Remember, a backyard garden in some ways will keep the doctors away. And bye, guys.